City of Southfield regular meeting for January 20th is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, if you can please call roll.
Councilwoman Banks.
Present.
Councilwoman Bland.
Present.
Councilman Brightwell.
Here.
Councilwoman Haynes.
Present.
Councilwoman Pro Tem Hoag.
Here.
Councilman Mandelbaum.
Present.
Council President Hicks.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? First item on the agenda, appointments. Mr. Clerk, you have an appointment on this evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Council. It is my pleasure to appoint this evening in front of you my appointment for Deputy Clerk. Some background, the HR department, along with the clerk office, have established parameters for the search for the office of Deputy Clerk. We put heavy weight onto experience, background, we were looking for candidates who actually served either as clerk or deputy clerk. We wanted someone who's worked in a large city, someone who has experience, someone who is able to step in on day one and do the duties of the deputy clerk. We came up with the job parameters. We listed the posting on NeoGov, on Michigan Clerk Association, which is a statewide association of clerks. It was posted on the Oakland County Clerk Association, both on their websites, on their Facebook page, all directing to fill out the application through NeoGov. We had also, HR has sent out an email to all city employees with the job listing and posting, so it was well publicized. We got back 52 applications, of which 8 candidates received a first round interview. The same set of questions were asked for all the candidates, and a selection has been made based on the experience, the knowledge, and previous jobs held. The appointment name is for Deputy Clerk is Stephen Gerhardt. He's here with us this evening, and that is the appointment to fill the job in the office of Southfield City Deputy Clerk.
Well, Council, do you have any questions? You want to do a motion? Or?
I have a question before. In the write-up that we just received, it has 2 different start dates. One says effective January 20th, and then in the recommended resolution it says March 4th. Which is the correct date?
Okay, so if it's up to me, the start date is tomorrow. The question is, how fast can the onboarding happen? I don't think March, I think it was meant to be February 2nd as the window, but. All right, that's a question for the HR director. I'd like him to start tomorrow morning.
In response to that, we normally in-process people before they're hired. So they get their pay, their badges work, and they have the ability to have benefits. We want to do orientation prior to that.
So that's the question. If we're going to vote on something, I just need to know.
January 21st, tomorrow, he'll be
January
starting.
21st.
He'll be starting tomorrow. His onboarding will follow.
Okay.
But we should be able to get him started, get through introductions. There'll be some, his security badge and a few other things, but we can start the onboarding the 21st, and he'll be eligible to record time starting tomorrow.
And is he available to start tomorrow?
Yes, he is.
Should that be amended or corrected? I mean, not just by physical writing, or should we?
Be in the motion.
Okay, we're just asking.
Any other questions, council? Yes, ma'am.
No, I just have a comment. Our clerk had asked me, as the former city clerk of this great city, to come in and ask Mr. Garhart some clerk questions. So I came in one afternoon, I think I was here for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and I asked him what I thought were really strong questions, thinking he would not be able to answer it. And I have to say, I was very impressed that he knew the answer. And then when I looked at his resume again to see that he is a certified municipal clerk, he's certified with the elections. A lot of them were election-related questions and also management questions. So I felt he was extremely qualified for the position, and I'm glad you found someone with all the talent behind him. He's also had experience in large cities, and I think the city's very fortunate to find an individual of this caliber, you know, to fill the position. Thank you.
Council, any other statements or questions? Hearing
Mr.
none?
President?
Yes, ma'am.
If the, I'll move to appoint Mr. Stephen Garhart as a deputy city clerk in the city clerk's office with a starting date of January 21st, 2026.
Support?
It's been moved by Councilwoman Banks and supported by Councilman Mandelbaum. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Congratulations.
And welcome.
Oh,
Are you going to bring him up to?
or swear him in?
Yeah.
Oh, swear him
Mr.
in.
Guard, you can say about the, or do you have anything else you want to add, or?
Can I ask a question before you talk? Can you please pronounce your last name for all of us?
Gerhart.
Gearhart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Will you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and the City Charter of the City of Southfield, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of the office of Deputy Clerk in and for the City of Southfield, County of Oakland, and the State of Michigan, according to the best of your ability?
I do.
I think you need to give your boss a stool, though. Charles, I thought you would have talked.
No, we're going to fix it. He's going to build. We now have two appointments by the mayor. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, council. Actually, it's two reappointments. Two members of our Public Art Commission have served with distinction, and I'm pleased to ask you tonight for the reappointment of Dolores Flagg and Nicholas Pizzana, and I'd ask both of them to come up to the podium. Many of you know that Dolores Flagg has chaired the Art Commission for a number of years, one of the things that has distinguished her service is organizing the lobby, art gallery, and the artist presentations. We just had one very successful one last week. And I started to think about this. It's been, we started this in 2019. We really changed the look of our lobby. Things had been up there for a long, long time. And so our quarterly art exhibits, we really owe our gratitude to Ms. Flagg, who I met many years ago as a wonderful art teacher in the Southfield Public Schools. She has continued to serve on the Art Commission with a great deal of dedication. And Mr. Pizzana is an artist in his own right, and also has helped the Art Commission as we've worked on mural projects. He has a number of connections in that field. So again, this evening I'm asking to maintain these two contributing members of the Suffolk Public Arts Commission.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we approve the reappointment to the Public Art Commission, Dolores Flagg and Nicholas Pizzana.
Support.
It's been properly moved by Council President Pro Tem Hoag and supported by Councilwoman Haynes. Are there any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
All right, congratulations. And we're going to re-swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and the city charter of the city of Southfield, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of the office of Public Arts Commission in and for the city of Southfield, county of Oakland, state of Michigan, according to the best of your ability? Congratulations.
Guard dog. Just wanted to say congratulations. There was an art show just this past week. It was excellent, and you all are doing a great job, Ms. Flagg, and thank you for the good work that you do, and keep up the good work.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and the city charter of the city of Southfield, and that you will faithfully perform the duties of the office of Public Arts Commission in and for the city of Southfield, county of Oakland, and state of Michigan, according to the best of your ability? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
May I have permission to say something, Councilman?
Please.
Of course.
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you, Mayor, council members, and the city of Southfield. It is my honor for having been reappointed as Southfield Public Arts Commissioner. I am truly grateful for all the confidence and continued support that you have shown me and will be showing me. It is a privilege to serve our community by advocating for the arts, supporting our artists, and helping to ensure that creativity remains a virtual and meaningful part of Southfield's identity. I am looking forward to your continued support and, more importantly, working with you with enthusiasm, dedication, collaboration, and with pride. So with that said, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. So I'm rolling my sleeves up even higher. Thank you.
Hi. I don't have the statement, but thank you all so much for the honor of allowing me to continue on this mission of helping to spread art around Southfield.
Thank you. Thank you. Both of us. Oh, it's nice to have a hug. I'm sorry. That was not me.
Okay, now we transition into communications. The Southfield City Council has established the following rules of procedure for all speakers. Each speaker has 3 minutes to address the council. Each speaker is responsible for his or her comments, and the City of Southfield does not, by permitting each remark, support, endorse, or accept the contents thereof as being true. Oh, my apologies. I jumped ahead. Presentations will be presented for the employees of the month.
Thank you. All right, so Mayor and Honorable Council members, good evening.
Good evening.
This evening, I am pleased to present 2 Employees of the Month, recognizing our December 2025 and January 2026 recipients. The employee selected as Employee of the Month for December 2025 is from our legal department. His name is Ryan Rivers, Assistant City Attorney. Unfortunately, Ryan is unable to be present with us here this evening, but we would still like to acknowledge his nomination and outstanding service. Ryan has been with the city since March 2020, and as noted by his department's nomination, Ryan consistently demonstrates professionalism, dedication, and a strong commitment to public service and teamwork. He maintains a calm and respectful demeanor at all times and is well respected by judges, attorneys, defendants, and colleagues alike. His professionalism reflects positively on both his department and the city as a whole. Ryan's reliability, professionalism, and positive attitude exemplifies the values we strive to uphold as a city organization. So please join me in a round of applause and congratulating Ryan Rivers on being named Employee of the Month for December 2025. hopefully he'll see the recording. All right, so now it is my pleasure.
One question or
I
comment.
I just wanted to make a comment about Mr. Rivers.
Yes.
I know he works in the legal department, and a resident told me they're always fighting with code enforcement, which I think a lot of residents can appreciate. We have issues with code enforcement back and forth, but they actually ended up going to court, and Mr. Rivers was the attorney. And he said that he was very respectful, very helpful. He said, I will gladly show up in court to fight my code ticket anytime it's with you. But even though he lost the battle, but he did feel that he was treated very respectfully by Mr. Rivers, which I think is very important. So I wish he was here this evening, but again, he'll listen to the recording. But
Yes.
I thought that was, for someone to fight a code ticket all the way to court, and it was over grass that wasn't growing, I felt, that he was very appreciative of Mr. Rivers. So please thank him, and Madam Attorney,
Yeah.
please let him know.
I thought that was interesting when I read defendants. So, yeah, I agree.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right, so now it is my pleasure to turn our attention to the January 2026 recipient. The employee selected as Employee of the Month for January is Henry Gordon. So Henry, if I could have you step up.
That's what that is.
Henry has been a dedicated city employee since August of 2000 and currently serves as a supervisor in the Department of Public Works. He is known throughout the organization for consistently going above and beyond in service to others. Henry is the kind of employee who will stop to help anyone in need, whether working with residents, contractors, or colleagues. Henry consistently ensures those he serves are treated with respect and professionalism. His strong work ethic, kindness, and dedication make him a valued leader within his department and a trusted representative of the city of Southfield in the community. Please join me in congratulating Henry Gordon on being named Employee of the Month for January. And this is the star, so you'll get that back to you afterwards. All right, so we'll have you go around and receive your thank yous up there, so we're gonna go this way.
Go ahead, ladies first. It's good exercise. We're getting our exercise. It's okay. Yeah, congratulations. It's nice seeing you without all the vests and everything.
Congratulations, thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
I've never had, I've never,
You don't know anything about it,
no,
water main breaks, potholes?
unfortunately, no. Not my thing.
Thank you, thank you. I try to dress for success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We now transition into communications.
Yes.
The Southfield City Council has established the following rules of procedure for all speakers. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the council. Each speaker is responsible for his or her comments, and the City of Southfield does not, by permitting such remarks, support, endorse, or accept the content thereof as being true or accurate. No speaker may make personal or impertinent attacks upon any officer, employee, or city council member or other elected official that is unrelated to the matter in which they perform their duties. No person shall use abusive or threatening language towards any individual when addressing the city council. Any person who violates this section shall be directed by the presiding officer to be orderly. If a person addressing the council refuses when so directed, such person may be deemed by the presiding officer to have committed a breach of peace by disrupting and impeding the orderly conduct of the public meeting of the city council, and may be ordered by the presiding officer to leave the meeting. If the person refuses to leave as directed, the presiding officer may direct any law enforcement officer who is present to escort the violator from the meeting. The council may not provide responses to public comment during this meeting. If you've provided your contact information when you've signed up for communications, the city will provide a more formal response to you in the near future. The council may respond to comments at the end of communications if they are able to do so. Pamela Gerald.
Good evening to the people that are watching the council meeting and to the people that are in the audience. You know, I want to know if elected officials have the mindset that they're better or more important than the citizens who are at the top of the organizational chart. If you don't want a resident or a taxpayer to come to a ribbon cutting, why would a resident support that business? You know, it just behooves me that people like to have my name in their mouth, but they take all of my ideas, and I want to give a shout out to Rhonda, who is the new greeter today, and I don't have to really do that, but anybody that I invite, I will do what I've been doing for probably 30 some odd years. But I want to give a shout out to Rhonda because she's very professional, has always been kind to me her entire career. So I just wanted to thank Rhonda for assuming the greeter position. But you know, when you complain about people, why are you complaining? Are you complaining because of jealousy, because of envy? Are you complaining just to have strife in your mouth about a person? Are you trying to assassinate somebody's character? What is the reason for the complaint? And the letters and the calls. I'm going to say this. I know that one council person wants to see if they can get a PPO against me. The other council person wants to see if they can stop me from coming. Well, I'm talking to the Attorney General. And the Attorney General's office said that elected officials do not have the right to put someone out of a council meeting or to censor them because they have a First Amendment right and freedom of speech and a constitutional right. They also said that if you harass the speaker because you disagree, that a complaint will be filed. So if you want to do complaint, like we're playing tennis, that's fine. You got the right person. I'm no better than anybody else, but if you look at me 40 some odd years later, I'm still appearing and coming to these council meetings, very involved in the community, and I've never ran for office. So I don't have an ulterior motive. And to Councilwoman Ashanti Bland, any question or information that I give you, you have my permission to share it with the council president and any other council people
Your
that you
time
may
is up.
choose.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Have a great evening.
We now transition into minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes to be approved on this evening.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we approve the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes of August 18th, 2025, and the regular meeting minutes of August 25th, 2025, as amended and presented.
Support.
It's been properly moved by Councilwoman Banks and supported by Councilman Brightwell. Are there any questions and/or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda. These are items considered routine, non-controversial, or have previously been discussed. We have 2 items on this evening. Are there any items that require any discussion or question?
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we approve consent agenda item A, authorization to seek 2026 Michigan Arts and Culture Council Experience Support Grant, and B, authorization to purchase a Parcan Easy Dump.
Support?
It's been properly moved by Council President Pro Tem Hoag and supported by Councilman Mandelbaum. Are there any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Moving down to council, there's an expense report to be approved.
Mr. President,
Ma'am?
I move that we approve the travel expense reimbursement for Councilwoman Yolanda C. Haynes to the MML Women's Elected Leadership Intensive Meeting in Lansing on October 18, 2025.
Support.
It's been properly moved by Council President Pro Tem Hoag and supported by Councilwoman Banks. Are there any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Councilwoman Haynes, anything for this evening?
Just want to say a huge thank you to the Southfield Police Department and the Fire Department for the excellent work throughout this harsh weather and keeping the roads clear, and also just for protecting our residents. Just very grateful to have city services, and I say that because when I travel in other cities, their roads are not always done as well as ours, and we have excellent city service. And for all those that get out there, the Department of Public Works, just thank you, all of you, a huge thank you. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Councilman Mandelbaum?
Thank you. I also want to give a shout out to our Public Works Department, trying to keep our roads safe, whether plowing, salting. They're working while we're sleeping many times, and I just want to give a shout out to them. They're doing an excellent job. I've driven through some other cities, including some cities to the north, which some may consider better or wealthier, and our streets look a lot nicer than those. So thank you to the Public Works Department. We appreciate you. At the same time, just keep in mind, when you see them on the street, Michigan law does require you to stay 200 feet behind them. You don't want to get too close. You can get hit from snow, from salt. So just, reminder to the drivers to be safe. We also have 2 events coming up I just wanted to give a quick shout out to. This is through our Parks and Rec Department. The first is the Mom to Mom sale that is taking place in the pavilion this Saturday from 10 to 2. It's free admission. If you want to be a vendor, there is a small fee. You can reach out to the Parks and Rec Department. And also on Sunday, February 1st, they have Winterfest, which they'll have ice skating, carriage rides, a climbing wall, marshmallow roasting, a whole bunch of things, mostly geared over by the ice arena. That will take place Sunday, February 1st from 2 to 4 p.m. There is, again, a small fee. For any questions, you can call Parks and Rec at 248-796-4620. Thank you.
So before we continue on, Council President Pro Tem, there was one person who submitted to the clerk's office to speak for communication. So before we continue on, I want to allow them to speak.
Oh,
That's okay?
absolutely.
Mrs. Paula Christmas, if you could please come to the podium.
Good evening, council members and the mayor. Thank you so much for taking time to.
Miss Christmas, if you don't mind, just pulling the microphone a little bit closer. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to say good evening to the council and to the mayor, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak. Okay, so as a member of Southfield, as a Southfield resident for a number of years, for the last 3 years, we've been having rodent issues. So much so that we've had to do some structural changes and to have some professional assistance in trying to eliminate or control a rodent issue. And I went to the website, and I didn't see any mention of any type of rodent issue. And I'd like to know, like, who could we contact? And is there any funds allocated to help assist in addressing the rodent issue? And also, if we will have an answer, receive an answer regarding the rodent issue. So we have rat walls, and of course, most people know about mice, field mice, but it seems out of control. And so I wondered if the council or anyone in our different departments have ever received a report or issue about a rodent infestation.
Were you finished, ma'am?
I don't think she heard you.
Were you finished, ma'am?
Yes, I was.
Okay, just 1 second. Councilman?
Oh, unfortunately, this complaint comes in a lot. You would start with code enforcement. They will go through the neighborhood and look for glaring violations, whether it's garbage cans that are left open, there's garbage around certain houses or on the street. Sometimes they're behind businesses. They would start there. The city, from past practice, does not necessarily get rid of rodents with traps or sprays or anything like that unless it's a neighborhood-wide program and they have enough complaints from the neighborhood in order to figure out where the problem is coming from and there's no glaring violations. Many times the violations come from neighbors, like I mentioned, leaving their trash outside and things like that. But code enforcement would be where you would want to start, and they will survey the neighborhood and look for violations, and then they would tell you what next steps would be.
Okay.
Do you need the phone number for them?
Ask her where she lives.
Also, what neighborhood do you live in?
I live between Southfield Road and Rutland, right
Rutland.
off of Mount Vernon. Yes.
Okay. I do get complaints in that neighborhood. Even sometimes if you're stacking your firewood outside, if it's not off the ground, that can be a nesting place. But I'm going to ask Ms. Freeman if you don't mind giving her the number for code enforcement for Director Beeks, and we can start there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Councilman Mann. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't think they're active. But yeah, Shelley's going to help her out.
So again, thank you, Councilman Mandelbaum, and Councilwoman Hogue, if you can continue on with your comments for the evening.
I didn't have any, Mr. President. Thank you.
Councilwoman Bland.
I just want to thank the city for coming out yesterday. I think the Martin Luther King Task Force did a great job, and once again, everyone showed up, and it was a great time. So thank you to the city for always making it a memorable event. To our new Director of Community Relations, thank you for sending out the calendar for African American History Month, nice and early, and we're able to actually give that to other people. So thank you for hitting the ground running.
Councilman Brightwell.
Yeah, this is, several weeks ago, I was in the lobby of here, and a gentleman came up to me and asked me why the flags at half-mast. And I told him there was no veteran event, but I would look into it. And he did say, well, I know you were a veteran, so that's why he asked. He was apologizing for asking me that question. But I followed up with our Deputy Administrator, Mr. John Micharina, and John informed me, and he, with respect to how the half-mast flags are dictated by way of state, and so I have that now with respect to when the flags are at half-mast. And so you can reach out to me, and I will be able to tell you why they have mast, even if there's not a veteran event. But being a veteran, I feel obligated to speak up for veterans whenever I can. And I want to just remind all veterans that veterans only 48% of the veterans who are eligible for the veteran benefit are taking advantage of those benefits. And obviously, all of us know the benefits are enormous. Their health, education, home loans, numerous processes, but there are the veterans who served America, and you are the reason that we did not get attacked. And there's numerous reasons for why America has not been attacked. And I was the chair of the Veterans Commission for 10 years, really. And every year I would have to give a speech at Veterans Day and Memorial Day. And my research would just let me know that our armed forces are the reason that America exists today. And also, our sons and the sons and daughters at that point in time, they rewrote the geography of Europe. And so I'm not going to get into my whole speech about veterans because I kind of get passionate about doing that. It was for 10 years I had to do that. And there's numerous stories. But we had one project under the Southfield Veterans Commission that was very successful. It's called the Veterans History Project. And I know individuals come up to me and mention that they have looked at the Veterans History Project, which is at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. And at the time, our congressperson was Sandy Levin. And Mr. Levin reached out to me, and through his office, the Southfield Veterans Commission sent over 300 interviews to the Library of Congress. And those interviews dealt with Tuskegee Airmen, 18-year-old who were flying B-1 bombers over the ocean. It dealt with the actors who would pretend that they were in war. They would fool the Germans or the Japanese or whatever. They had, the military had different ways of disguising what they were doing. But I would love for you to, I have a couple of members here in the city of Southfield that actually put that Library of Congress, and they study it very religiously. It's almost, I think one gentleman told me, it's about like he just looked at it just to relax and to hear the interviews. But it's the LOC.gov, that's libraryofcongress.gov/VHP, that's Victor Hotel Papa, for the Veterans History Project. So, and I didn't want to go on this long, but just so happened whenever I start talking about veterans and I think about what we did here in the city of Southfield for the Veterans History Project and for the veterans, it just brings up some fun memories, and I would talk a little extra long when that happens. So thank you, and thanks for putting up with me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Banks.
Thank you. I would just like to add what my colleagues said about the Martin Luther King Jr. event yesterday. It was a little bit different than previous years, and I personally really enjoyed it. I think what impressed me the most was we actually had a young lady, Madison Eason. I believe she's a senior at the University High School Academy. She did an excellent job moderating that day. I was really touched by her. And there were so many young people on that stage. It's time that we start turning to our younger generation, and if she's listening, you did a fantastic job, and I hope to see you again next year on that stage. And thank you for changing the program up a little bit. I just think it was done very, very well. Also, please be careful the next few days. We're going to have record low temperatures in the negative figures, and we've just been informed by our public, Works Department that we can get anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snow within the next few days. So please keep your vehicles off the street so they can plow. Of course, they first service the priority 1 and priority 2 streets, but they have indicated that they're going to try to get the residential areas within 24 hours of the first plowing. So just stay warm, be careful when you go out there in this next few days. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Just a few comments of things that have already been said. First of all, I want to thank all of the hardy people that came out yesterday. It was snowing, it was frigid, and there was a terrible wind. So we had hundreds of people walking for our 41st annual Martin Luther King observance, Peace Walk and observance. Also, along those lines, our Community Relations Department has put out a event list for Black History Month. Things start on the 1st of February. It's a variety of activities. This is available in the lobby and online, so check it out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Administrator?
Thank you, Mr. President. This afternoon, I issued an administrative directive after a lot of conversation with city council members relative to the Flex program, and we're placing it on a pause. And what does that mean? Number of employees who are currently working and who have been in the city's employ pursuant to that program will remain. Based on the census data I was able to gather, that's 3 employees in our career center. The former city treasurer is working on a very limited basis, and an individual in our tech services. Additionally, the city attorney's office has 2 positions posted, but I wanted council to know that we've placed this directive in place, pausing it, and it is until a time certain when city council can have a further, more in-depth dialogue relative to the Flex program to answer questions that both council had, as well as some additional questions that have come to my concern as well. When we introduced the program in the fall of 25, there were some further elaborations as we went through the collective bargaining process with each of our bargaining groups. They asked for further delineations, and that's where you saw different versions versus the one page. As each bargaining group raised their questions, it was incorporated into the agreement. So we're going to do a pause and come back to council hopefully during our study session in February, possibly March, as we can get scheduled. In addition, I am working with our Public Works group and our fleet manager to do a review of where we are with city take-home cars. I've asked my Human Resource Department to articulate what our obligations relative to take-home cars are pursuant to our collective bargaining agreements. That will take some time. As council is aware, we've made some new investments in our fleet management software, so I think we have better data, but I need to get additional pieces as to where do these cars go at night. Within 2 weeks, I hope to have all Public Works take-home vehicles labeled as emergency vehicles. I did that in the last 2 communities I worked with, that at least they're labeled as take-home vehicles as an interim. But we will put the entire program under a microscope and review what our collective bargaining obligations are and move forward from there. That's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Madam Attorney.
Yes, good evening, council. I have nothing further to add. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
All right, good evening. I have 2 points tonight. First of all, the City Clerk Department would like to extend a warm welcome to the newly appointed deputy, Stephen, and his wife Nikki, who's here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to you helping us make the Clerk Department even better. My second point tonight is I would like to extend a public thank you to Miss Diana Pegler. She had reached out to the Clerk Department, and she met with me and Darian, the election specialist, last week, and she wanted to know what we're doing about outreach and about programs in the city. And in that meeting, she suggested that at the MLK Pavilion event, we have a voter registration table. And I told her right there, I thought that is a great idea, and that led to the first ever City of Southfield voter registration table in that event, and it was very successful. Darian, with his initiative, also put together a clipboard and a list where he had people who might be interested in working in the election at polls. So young people still in high school, once you're over 16, you could do that. This is the type of outreach that we're hoping to implement and continue. And Stephen, the new deputy, has done this in Ann Arbor, and there's a lot of students in Ann Arbor. So we look forward to implementing all of that and making the city clerk department thrive in that area. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a closed session. Yes, ma'am?
That we go into closed session to discuss items pursuant to Section 8A of the Open Meetings Act, a periodic personnel evaluation of a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent.
Support.
It's been properly moved by Council President Pro Tem Hoag and supported by Councilwoman Haynes. If you can please do a roll call, sir. Haynes.
Councilwoman Bates, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bland.
Yes.
Councilman Brightwell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hoag. Councilman Mandola.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
7-0, motion carries.
We're now in close. Good night, everyone.
Good.